Department, our mayor, our Board of Aldermen. I will be speaking on their behalf. We don't want to confuse, and I definitely don't want to create any additional fear in the community. Right now, there are no known additional threats to the community. Right now, we're working a crime scene, very significant one, several, tens of thousands of square feet crime scene. I'm very thankful. Today, there was a lot of good things that came that I really believe prevented this tragedy from being much worse. And I don't want to take away from what's occurred. My thoughts and prayers, and I hope yours are too, are going to be with the victims, everybody that's impacted. A lot of people were impacted by this. So I'm thankful. As you can see, we have many partners that come to help us today, and I'm so thankful for them. Pretty much every city in this county, we've got the Memphis Police Department, Shelby County Sheriff's Office, the FBI, TBI, ATF, you name it, they came. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Something else, I was talking to our team. One of the things that I saw as I entered that building today, the training that's gone on in this community and across this country for years saved people's lives today. How many of you have heard of Run, Hide, Fight? That's exactly what those people today did. We had 44 employees that were inside at the time this started, and we've accounted for everyone. Now, we still have the same number of victims as we did at the previous one, with the addition of one. We had one walk-in to one of our local hospitals, and it wasn't a shooting victim, it was an anxiety attack. So this situation is going to drive fear, but we are a resilient community, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that we keep Collierville and this area as safe as we can. And right now I'm going to ask Special Agent in charge of the local FBI, Doug Korneski, if he would come and just give some brief comments. We also have Teresa Dickerson from Kroger, the Public Information Officer, who's going to provide some information, and then we'll open it up for some quick questions. So, Doug, if you will.
Thank you, Chief Lane.
So could you say and spell your first last name?
Sure, it's Douglas Korneski, Korneski. So first, I just want to start by expressing our condolences, and again, our prayers are with the community. Many of us live in this community, shop in this store, so we deeply feel the loss and emotions here today. I want to mention that the reason we're here supporting Collierville PD. I want to give absolute kudos to the response of the police department, Shelby County Sheriffs, the fire department. Their rapid response here today was definitely commendable. Under the authorities of the Investigative Assistance for Violent Crimes Act of 2012, the FBI is allowed to provide, at the request of local law enforcement, investigative assistance. So what we're doing here today, we've deployed our evidence response team, which has a lot of experience in processing these scenes. They're here, they're inside the store, they're processing the evidence. Additionally, we have our victim specialists who have come and will be providing and have been providing assistance to the victims of the crime. And then we'll be assisting with other investigative interviews and things of that nature. So it's a great team effort. Just always, in the site of tragedy, it's good to see the Memphis and Collierville, West Tennessee law enforcement communities pull together, as we always do when tragedy strikes.
Thank you, everyone. Teresa Dickerson, and I'm the Corporate Affairs Manager for Kroger Delta Division. I'd like to just say every Kroger associate here in this city, in the Mid-South, we stand with our team here at the Collierville store. Actually, every associate throughout the country. We are praying for our associates here in Collierville, and we're asking the community to please pray for us as we go through this difficult time. We're saddened and heartbroken by what happened here today. It is an emotional roller coaster, as you can imagine. And we, of course, have provided counseling for every associate who's here today. And we will continue to do that. We'll also close the store. It will remain closed until further notice. Again, this is a tragic incident, and we are saddened by it. Please pray for our family, our Kroger family, the family of the victims, and we're asking today that you will, for the integrity of this investigation, please direct all questions to the Collierville Police Department. And we just want to say thank you to the police department, to the first responders who were rushing in as people were rushing out. If you can imagine that, then you'll also pray for our first responders who came out today to help us during this tragic incident. Thank you.
Ma'am? Very little right now. He's deceased. We're still continuing the investigation. It's ongoing. There's search warrants that are going to be carried out shortly at different locations, or at one in particular. Can't give that out, so I know that's the next question. But we're going to carry this thing as far as we can to see and make sure that there's no one else involved.
Chief, did you talk about the truck in front of the store? I know your bomb unit has been there. As a matter of fact, I think they're right now.
Right.
Did you talk about what you're looking for?
Well, that's pretty standard in these types of situations. We want to check and make sure, we know from our past experience, or I say past experience, my past knowledge of these incidents around the country. There have been times where there have been booby traps and things like that that's been associated with these, so it's out of abundance of caution. We have the resources here. We have some of the finest specialized resources in this part of the country, and they've been here for a long time preparing for terrorist type attacks. In this case, we don't believe that's involved here, but it's early in the investigation and we're continuing on. But it's just making sure that any contact, that we keep this community safe.
Chief, what about this train?
Victims? How many were customers? How many were employees?
I don't have that information right now. We'll try to get that for you tomorrow.
Do you know their status? Do you know their conditions?
Right now, it's still the same. I know that we had one in surgery and another in ICU. And so y'all continue to pray. We don't want there to be any more loss of life.
Chief,
what about
were they
this
all
truck?
gunshots? Because there's a chance that someone might have tripped, fell, any other injuries. Were they all gunshots?
I don't have any information to support that. Yes, sir, Brad.
Chief, what about the training that you all have dealt with in active shooting investigation, without getting away specific tactics, but what helped your officers today potentially have something worse happen?
It hasn't been 3 months. The Collierville Police Department hosted a multi-agency active shooter training scenario with our law enforcement partners, fire, and I'm very thankful that we did. It's a whole lot easier to go through. You make your mistakes there. Today, what the result was victims were able to get medical treatment much faster because of the integration between police and fire. And our partners come in. Everyone knew. Very proud of our police officers. I think, and thank you for saying that, Teresa. It's one thing to see it on the news, but it's another thing when you're having to go in and know that there's a potential person armed on that other side, and there was not one person that didn't. That building was flooded with blue uniforms, and I'm very thankful for them.
Chief, can you get this person?
That's part of the investigation. We're not going to get into that now. Ma'am?
I know you said you don't know who are customers, who are victims. You said customers. You don't know if they were a customer or an employee.
It's part of the investigation. So you're talking about the shooter?
No, the customers.
I do not know. I don't have that information. We'll try to get that for you before tomorrow.
Were any officers accounted for the employees? Provide that number again.
44.
44. And how many people total were in the store?
We don't have that information at this time. What we've done is we deployed multiple teams, not only searching the inside of the facility, but all the surrounding areas to make sure that we didn't have anybody that was injured that ran out. So we feel very confident that we've everybody that was involved, that we have a good handle on that now.
Chief, what are you looking for inside the store tonight, and how long will this remain a crime scene?
Well, as long as it takes to get it done right. That's the thing. We don't want to take a shortcut, so we're going to take our time. We've got very good partners that are here with us, and we're going to go through and make sure that we dot the I's and cross the T's, so I can't give you that.
We know a bomb squad was looking at a car. Can you say what was discovered or not discovered here?
Nothing's been discovered at this point.
Chief, can you just clarify the shooter was the shooter?
Ma'am? I can't comment on that right now.
Say the shooting happened in the store earlier
No, as far as we know, there wasn't any other incident that led up to this at this point.
Were any officers hurt?
No officers were hurt.
Chief Lane, what's next for the emotional toll that's taken on your officers? It's not every day a police department deals with an active shooting. How's your department doing? What's next for you all after this afternoon?
Right now, our primary concern was scene stabilization and making sure that we get the victims the medical help. But there will be a time where we'll do critical stress debriefings with our officers. There'll be officers that involved in similar situations come from across the state that we'll talk about it, and so what did we do right? Is there things that we can do better, and those kinds of things? I don't know if you noticed, but we had chaplains here. We graduated 9 chaplains 2 weeks ago, and we had 3 chaplains on the scene here offering their services. I'm very thankful that they were here.
Can you say what type of weapon was used?
Nope.
Did you say how many?
No, ma'am. That's part of the investigation. So what we don't want to do is, I know you want that information, and we want to give it to you. We're not, what we have to make sure is that there's no one else involved in this, and the more information we release, the more we compromise potential investigation going forward. So we're going to get you the information eventually, but right now, please bear with me.
You'll have time.
Kroger also has security.
I'm not sure. You want to answer that
Ms.
question?
Dickerson,
What I didn't hear.
did the Kroger have security at the time?
So we'll give you that information as soon as it's available. I'll get with him and he can provide another update.
Chief, was there a time when you thought there was a second shooter?
We have to go into it anticipating that that's the potential for it, but there was no credible evidence that there was a second shooter. Most of our firsthand witnesses pointed to one. I know there was some reports that I think we talked about in the first briefing where there was an individual on the roof. I can personally tell you that was a Kroger employee because I was part of getting him off. So that was definitely a Kroger employee.
Chief, I know this has been asked, but I'm getting a lot of questions from a reporter on the other side with the checking of that vehicle. Something was removed. Will there be any other updates about what's happening? It's not clear yet.
Well, we're not going to release what's been removed from that vehicle, okay? If there's something, I wasn't aware of that. I'm sure there's somebody that's got eyes on it. I'm kind of staying back, and we're trying to let our professionals do their job. So, but 2 more questions.
Can you go through the timeline of the one more time, please?
Okay, we told you at the last briefing that the first call came out at 1:30. The first car that the dispatch has on the scene is 4 minutes later. I have since found out that as that call was going out, Collierville PD did have a car that was on the scene, so our response was almost immediate. Some people don't get on the radio. You know, it's a high-stress situation, and they've been trained, you go towards the threat, and that's what they were doing.
Any children that were injured?
Not that I've been told at this point.
Will we have another briefing tonight?
Probably not tonight. If we get any significant developments through the ongoing investigation, Major David Townsend will reach out to you guys, and we'll organize a press conference. If not, we'll have one sometime early in the morning to brief everybody up. Okay? Anything else? All right.